My name is Dave Leblanc. My dad died. He was awesome. He died when I was 9, and he was, well, I guess the biggest thing is he was a drummer, as am I, and that's like our biggest connection is that. He loved playing the drums, he was in a band, he was a runner, he ran the Boston Marathon 6 times. He was in sales in a business with his best friend Chuck, who I'm still really good friends with. And I guess the biggest thing was he loved our family. He loved the kids. He really wanted to have kids, and he got to for a little bit. The experienced kids are amazing. They're just absolutely fantastic. Being able to eat lunch with them and wake up with them and fall asleep with them, tell stories with them, go swimming with them, play sports with them, it's just incredible. And to look at some of these kids, you know, some of the little 9-year-olds, and to just look at them and know what they've been through, it's just really remarkable. And it really makes you think and appreciate everything you have. And I've really enjoyed getting to know all of them. Experience camps are unique because of the bond that the boys have with each other that is talked about with the clinicians, but you know, when they're out on the ball field or they're out in the pool or swimming, it's not really talked about, but I can say from my experience, it's kind of an underlying thing that's understood between them, I feel. And they're able to kind of connect on that. And while at their young age they may not verbalize it to each other on their own like you would as an adult maybe, there's definitely an understanding that when they're out doing normal camp things, they know that the kids that they're doing normal camp things with also have had some tragedy in their life that they've had to overcome. When I was growing up, after my dad died, we did some counseling. It was just for like at nights or on weekends with other families, you know, locally. And the biggest thing that I learned after my dad died was, you know, you're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone. And it's, you know, it's so true. So even if your kid is grieving really well, or your child is grieving not so well, or they're having some issues in some areas, they can get help and find help at experience camps, and they can feel awesome. And I highly recommend it, because the biggest thing is they're able to see that they're not alone. One of the coolest things I learned so far at experience camp, and I've learned so much, but one of the things I've learned from the camp is the way that the clinicians and the counselors have structured grieving time. And so we wake up and we have breakfast, and it's like a normal camp where you have to do your cleaning and you have everything allotted to certain amounts of times. You go to your instructional, you learn, you play basketball, or you hike, or you do something where you learn. But then every day there's a moment, it's for about an hour, where we get together and we talk out or essentially grieve together and learn from each other. And I did somewhat growing up after my dad died. We did do that, but I think sometimes it can pop into your head when it shouldn't. And there's not to say that it shouldn't pop into your head, but I think if you can, what I've learned is if I can allow myself time moving forward to even schedule it, like experience camp schedules the time where they will sit and grieve together, or think about the person the special person who's gone or who's died. I think, you know, I'm definitely going to tell my sisters this as well after camp. You know, maybe as an adult it's not every day like at camp, and maybe for the kids it's not every day like at camp, but once a week to say, this time every week I'm going to sit and think about my mom, I'm going to sit and think about my dad, I'm going to write a letter to my dad. I think that will really help me going forward, because I'm already sort of doing that, but I think to schedule the time out would be really good. Yeah, that's probably what I've learned. One of the coolest things I've learned or seen here at Experience Camp.